Hello, my name is Josh Idell, and I am here to introduce you to my thesis, Brew School. Now, there's Dave. He's on a cruise with his family, and they end up in a port. At the port, he goes to the bar and wants to get a drink. He notices they have something called spruce beer he's never heard of before and wants to know what the heck it is. Now, here's the problem. Many people have heard about beers, but they're ones everyone knows about. Stouts, porters, IPAs. But then there are the uncommon ones that a lot of people haven't heard about. And when they want to know about them, they may have problems figuring out where to look. My solution is an interactive infographic, which will be a single scrolling web page designed for mobile. It'll show you facts about these uncommon types of beer and how they're made, and also what good foods to have with them. Now, my primary audience are millennials, actually, ages 25 to 34, male, college educated, who use a smartphone and a tablet. The reason why is millennials are such a huge generation right now, and they're the ones who are mostly going out to drink beer at the moment, not just any type of beer, but craft beers as well, which is what a lot of these types of beers are. And the secondary are ages 36 to 45 male, college educated as well, and they have a high income, probably use a smartphone and a tablet. The reason why them is because they are also the second largest amount who drink craft beer as well, according to research. Now, for my information architecture, it's pretty simple since, like I said, this is going to be a single scroll page infographic. They start off with the main page and they'll click either spruce, smoked, or cherry beer, which are the three that I'm going to design for this project. One selects one of them, they'll learn about the facts about the beer, such as nutritional information, historical facts about it that are interesting, and then they'll go to the beer brewing process, which will not only teach them, but they'll actually get to interact with it as well, such as setting temperatures, how much they believe should go into it. After that, they'll be able to learn what good food goes with those types of beer. And if they really want to get the beer, they can go to the maps section, which will then allow them to find the closest bar, brewery, or store that sells the beer, and they just go to the profile to get to where it's at. Here's my mood board. Now, I really wanted that rustic bar feel to it, so I did a lot of research into that. And the graphics are flat and simple because that's what's very popular right now, flat, simple design, as well as some typographies I was thinking of at the time, and the whole infographic look as well as my color palette. Now, for my logo, I originally started with a thing of beer, and I thought beer starts with a B, and handles kind of look like a backward C, so I thought, why not make the handle for the beer a B? Then I decided to mess with gradients, and then I went a step further and try to figure out how it look as an app button. But then I realized the app look wasn't making any sense, so I went back to the first design without the gradient, but then gave it some more details by adding foam and bubbles, as well as I then changed the name from what was originally Brew Collective to Brew School. But the vintage look was needed because this one looks too modern, so I designed two other ideas, which then led me to my final logo. Now, like the last two ideas that were combined, I added a texture to give that more rustic feel to it, which is what a bar is like. It has a rustic feel to it from what I want for my app. Here's some early designs for the app. The spruce, smoked, and cherry graphics were designed because the menu would be like a bar, have beer tappers, and those would be the decorative pieces on top. So the user would then click one and the color would slightly change. Then the rest are the graphics used for either the bar or the beer brewing process. Fire for smoke, some grains, and so as the twigs for spruce, as well as the cherry, and then showing how the hops would be boiled. Now, here's what the main interface looks like for the portion of it that they all share. They would select one and it would go down. The one on the far left was my first work with the graphics using the simple look as well as the blues from the original mood board because it's a good contrast with the orange. But then the middle one I decided to see how it would look if I added the wooden panels. I got great feedback from that, so I decided to not just go with that, but also to improve the graphics as well, which is what you see on the far right with some changes from some of the pages. Some of these graphics will then still be upgraded to give that more vintage feel to it. Now for the use case, let's say the person, like in my story I was talking about, selects spruce spear. On the main page, it would select spruce spear. The selected spruce spear would then pour down and they scroll to facts. The facts would then be open on the next page by clicking on the bubbles. The user would then click the bubbles to read either all the facts or just the couple they want to read about. Then they'll then scroll down to how the beer is made. They'll then read and interact with the beer brewing process as well, and with that they've learned what spruce beer is. They don't have to go to the map section because they're already at a place where they're getting the beer. They just want to learn more about it. This is the link to my proof of concept video. Now this proof of concept video is old due to my original idea was this infographic wasn't designed for mobile. Instead, it was going to be a website page, but it made no sense since when the person's out, they wouldn't be viewing this on a desktop computer. They would be using it on their phone, so the whole design is now different design for mobile. So this is my thesis, and I want to thank you for hearing about and listening to it. And if you're thirsty, why not you go out and get yourself a beer?